Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is John Adamson, the rehab documentation guru. I always want to invert those words. And I'm going to talk to you today about one of the billing codes that PTs and OTs often use, and that is 97110, therapeutic exercise. For a long time, Medicare has had a very defined definition of therex that expands upon the typical American Medical Association definition. So that typical definition is just covering 4 items. Number 1, strength training or strength. 2, range of motion. 3, flexibility. 4, endurance. So those 4 components. However, Medicare has an expansion of that definition, and most of the local coverage determinations will utilize that expanded version. And when you look at what therapeutic exercise covers, one of the things that Medicare says is that usually a therapist should only be billing at 12 to 18 visits total, unless there's significant medical complexity necessitating ongoing billing of that code. And the assumption is this: after 12 to 18 visits, generally a therapist will have a good projection of what the patient needs to be able to do, exercises, in order to achieve their functional outcomes. And so those exercises should be able to be taught to a non-skilled person. So once you get beyond that 12 visit to 18 visit threshold, those are going to be highly targeted charts. Medicare is looking for unusual billing. The other thing to think about too is the amount per day or intensity or units of therapeutic exercise that are done. When I've looked at billing, I've noticed that a lot of therapists tend to overutilize therapeutic exercise in terms of billing minutes. And so there shouldn't be any reason generally that a patient who's fairly advanced in age, I'm talking about 70, 80, 90 years old, is getting 45 minutes plus of therapeutic exercise per day. That's a lot. And you're looking at, 4 or 5 times a week of that kind of billing. That's a red flag. So think about yourself, and probably you as a therapist are much younger than your patients. And are you exercising that much? And there's probably a good chance you're not, especially if you're working full time, you got a family. I know I don't exercise that much. Maybe 20 to 30 minutes per day is my exercise routine. So how are we going to expect somebody to get 3 units, 4 units of therex 4 to 5 times per week and say that that's truly therapeutic? So those are red flags. And so keep that in mind when you're documenting therex. 12 to 18 visits total. So it could be more than 1 unit on those given visit days, but that's generally what Medicare is looking at. And also looking at high utilization. Is the patient really doing therex for that long? Those red flags will possibly guarantee that somebody's eyeballing your claim, and as soon as they start eyeballing it, they might decide to look at it more in depth, which could be a ADR, could be a denial, and that's something you definitely don't want. So anyway, that's just my tip on therex for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you like this video, please subscribe. If you also find that you're needing help in areas of documentation, feel free to email me. I have a contract company that does contracting work for agencies. It's called Adamson Enterprises. My email is adamsonenterprises1@gmail.com. Adamson Enterprises, the number 1 at gmail.com. And please look for more content. I'm going to try to be better about posting videos on a fairly regular basis. Anyway, take care. Bye-bye.